Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to take a trip down memory lane and explore the incredible journey of the internet. From its secretive beginnings to becoming the backbone of our daily lives, let's dive into the fascinating world of the internet. So, the internet, it's the reason you're watching this video right now. We totally take it for granted now, but did you know that just 4 decades ago, hardly anyone outside university computer science departments knew what the internet was? Websites didn't even exist before 1991. Crazy, right? In our last video, we talked about the start of the Global Positioning System, GPS, which began as a secret positioning system developed by the US military during the space race era. Well, guess what? The internet has a similar origin story. Back in the 1960s, during the Cold War, the United States Department of Defense started working on a computer network that could withstand a nuclear attack. This was called ARPANET Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. Fast forward to the 1970s and we have 2 computer scientists, Vinton Cerf and Kahn, who began working on a suite of communication protocols that provide the standard rules for how data is sent and received over a network. This protocol would be known as TCP/IP Transmission Control Protocol Internet Protocol. This birthed the modern internet, laying the foundation for a network of networks. Vinton Cerf would later go on to work at Google, and Kahn contributed to the development of internet technologies as a professor and researcher. For many people today, the internet is the World Wide Web, or WW. But did you know they're not the same thing? Let's go back to the 90s, when the first website went live. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist at CERN, invented the World Wide Web. This was a system of interlinked documents that can be accessed via the internet. Berners-Lee developed a few key technologies that the web relies on: HTML, the language used to create web pages; HTTP, the protocol used to transfer data over the web; and URLs, the system used to identify resources on the web. The most famous URL is www.google.com. By the mid-90s, the development of user-friendly web browsers made the internet more accessible to the general public. In a nutshell, the World Wide Web is a service that runs on top of the internet using specific protocols to connect documents or websites. The internet, however, is the massive global network of interconnected computer networks. The internet is actually the physical cables, wireless connections, routers, and servers that allow computers around the world to communicate with each other. The internet enables the transfer of data between devices using TCP/IP. You can browse the web on the internet, but you can do other things like email, game, and share files. So, how does it all work? Every device connected to the internet, including web servers and your computer, is assigned a unique address, allowing data packets to be sent to the correct destination. This address is a numerical code known as an IP address. This is the first part of what Cerf and Kahn developed back in the 70s. IP handles the addressing and routing of data packets across the network, while the second part, TCP, ensures reliable transmission of data. It breaks data down into packets, numbers them, and reassembles them in the correct order at the destination while checking for errors along the way. When learning about computers, you're told that the computer, at its core, understands only ones and zeros, and that's true. In the same way, the internet uses IP addresses. Let's say you want to visit a famous website, say google.com. All you would do is open a web browser and type in www.google.com. While that's the address for Google, the internet doesn't natively understand that domain name, so it will run a check much the same way your phone would when you want to call a friend. Instead of dialing that person directly, your phone would search your contacts for their phone number and then dial that. The internet works the same way. When you type in www.google.com into your address bar, your computer will search its phone book, known as a domain name system, for the IP address of the website you're looking for. In the case of Google, that would most likely be 172.217.164.110. Once your browser knows the IP address of the web server it's trying to reach, it uses HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol to communicate with that server over the internet, sending data packets back and forth. Web servers do the heavy lifting of storing websites and their associated files. They have IP addresses that don't generally change and are constantly listening for incoming requests. When a new request comes in, the web server processes it and sends back a response containing the requested data. This data is broken down into packets and transferred back to your computer over the internet, guided by IP addresses and ensured for reliability by TCP. And there you have it. Without the work of Vinton Cerf, Robert Kahn, Tim Berners-Lee, and the US Department of Defense, the internet as we know it today might not exist. From the 90s till now, internet use has exploded in popularity and has become a crucial part of so many nations' economies. Entire companies and sectors are built around the internet. Yet access to this crucial resource is still not widely available. That's where the Lanre Oyebo Technology Foundation comes in. In a fast-paced global landscape, the role the internet plays cannot be overemphasized. From applications in medical science to national security and basic communications, internet access is an invaluable resource. Yet it is still not widely available and easily accessible to Africa. Due to unstable power supply and expensive internet costs, a portion of the world's population has effectively been cut off from the benefits of this global resource. Many people can't imagine a life without the web, but for too many communities across Nigeria and Africa, that is a daily reality. The internet story is one of innovation born from necessity. What began as a Cold War defense project has become the foundation of modern life. Yet, while billions rely on it daily, large parts of Africa remain digitally disconnected due to high costs, limited infrastructure, and an unstable power supply. At the Lanre Oyebo Technology Foundation, we believe access to technology should be a right, not a privilege. By harnessing the spin-off innovations of space technology, such as satellite internet, Earth observation data, GPS-enabled services, and resilient power systems, along with the transformative capabilities of the internet itself, telemedicine, e-learning, digital marketplaces, and smart agriculture, we aim to bridge the digital divide across Nigeria and the African continent. Our mission is clear: to empower underserved communities with the tools of the future today, enabling education, improving healthcare, unlocking entrepreneurship, and building a generation of African innovators ready to lead on the global stage. Subscribe to discover how the Foundation uses this channel to educate and promote the effects of modern technology and space technology spin-offs on Africa's future. New videos are released every week.